What's going on, all you tax write-offs? I'm John Hauser, and you're watching Film Scouts. We got a whole bucket full of trailers that dropped last week, so let's talk about them. Coming up first, we got Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk. It's directed by Ang Lee, the director of movies such as The Life of Pi and that Eric Bana Hulk movie, which, I'm not even gonna lie, I wasn't mad at it. The film is based off the novel of the same name, and the description goes as told from the perspective of 19-year-old Private Billy Lynn as we follow him during his victory tour after the Iraq War. Through flashbacks, the film shows us what really happened to him and his squad, contrasting the realities of war with America's perception. Overall, the movie looks pretty cool to me. I'm always down for another Ang Lee movie. I haven't seen Life of Pi, but I heard good things about it, but I don't know. There's something about that movie, just I didn't really care too much, but I heard it was good. It got nominated for Oscars here and there, which is fine. The movie also stars Kristen Stewart, Chris Tucker, Vin Diesel, and Steve Martin. Jesus Christ, Steve Martin, they legit blew the dust off of him for this movie. That's pretty tight. It's also pretty funny and interesting seeing Vin Diesel in a movie that's not Fast and Furious or anything mythical or anything like that. I don't know. I feel like this is the first time we've seen him in uniform like this since Saving Private Ryan. You can check that movie out this November 11th. Next up on our list, we have The Accountant, starring Ben Affleck and Anna Kendrick. It's directed by Gavin O'Connor, the director of Warrior, that was a great movie, so it's always a good sign. Ben Affleck has been on the roll. He was in Gone Girl, then right after that, then this Batman v Superman movie, and now he has all of this, the executive producer deal, and he's gonna be in the Batman, and he's everywhere now. And even though Batman v Superman wasn't highly loved or whatever, I mean, it's Ben Affleck. He's still gonna bounce back no matter what movie he was in. He was in Daredevil, for Christ's sakes. Even though I like The Warrior, I mean, I don't know how I feel about this movie. It's definitely a teaser because it gave you not a lot of the story, just enough for you to, I guess, intrigue you, and I'm kind of intrigued, it's whatever. But it's definitely something worth checking out when the movie releases this October. Next up on our list is Don't Breathe. Now, I don't know a lot about the actors that's in this movie other than the one guy that played the baddie in Avatar, but this movie is directed by the same guy that gave us the Evil Dead remake, which I thought was fucking fantastic. This movie looks dope. I'm good. I have total faith in it. I can't wait till this shit comes out. It's gonna be really dope. That's all I got to say. It looks super suspenseful. And when I first saw the trailer, I was just wondering. I was like, man, how are you gonna let this one blind guy keep you in this household for so long? I don't know how it's always gonna work, but we'll see what happens. Next up on our list is another horror film called The Woods. I don't know anything about this movie other than it's already being panned as one of the scariest movies that have came out. But then again, how many fucking times have we heard that? They're keeping it super vague. The only thing that I do know of is that it's by the same director as the VHS movies. It was 1 and 2, and he directed one of my favorite parts of both of those films. So, I mean, that's cool. A lot of these movie trailers look super exciting, but allow me to serenade you with some movie news. DC Comics revealed their new logo, and I don't really care. I was a fan of the last logo. That was cool, and I guess this logo is pretty cool too. I mean, I'm not gonna be how everybody else and just rant about this one logo. It's not that big of a deal. It's just, hey, it's a logo. If they want to change it, they can. And hey, that's that. Transformers again is happening again. It's because you guys keep giving Michael Bay money, and he's just gonna keep on doing it. Josh Duhamel is set to return as this same character in this, which is all right, just give me back Shia LaBeouf. If you put Shia LaBeouf in this movie, I'll be interested in this again. I completely skipped out on the Mark Wahlberg version. But hey, give me back Shia LaBeouf, which I'm pretty sure he's not going to come back for. But hey, it's whatever. We got a new logo and everything. It's called The Last Night. It is coming out next year. That is happening. So Gareth Edwards just came out and was just like, you know what? Fuck this shit. Y'all can keep Godzilla too. Because he just backed out of it. He is super duper busy directing the new Star Wars Rogue One. And hey, this is just one of those situations where you take a small time. Every time you take a small time director and you want to try to make him like this big thing, it just doesn't work out. The guy's still a small time director in my eyes. You know, he started off making these small films and then Hollywood just grabbed him and made him do the Godzilla movie. Well, they didn't make him do it, but that was like his big movie, which to, you know, he's a talented director and he got super lucky and that movie was actually a really good film. But I guess he just was like, you know what, you guys aren't going to Mark Webb me, and I'm not going to continuously do all these big budget movies and everything. Star Wars is probably like stressing him out enough, and I guess doing another project like Godzilla, and it's just, I don't know. I can see him just falling back and just being like, you know what, that's fine, guys. Let me just go back to doing like some small movies. Just keep them balanced, you know what I mean? Because I think I said this in one of the later episodes where Garrett Edwards was first announced to direct the Star Wars movie. One of my biggest concerns was that they were gonna Mark Webb him, and what I mean by that was Mark Webb, who if you don't know, he directed the Amazing Spider-Man remakes, which I did not like, and a lot of people didn't like those as well. But yeah, Mark Webb, one of his bigger movies back then was the 500 Days of Summer, which is my all-time favorite. Right after he did that, Hollywood was still like, the studio was still pushing him around, and that's why Spider-Man sucks to this day, because, you know, he got super stretched out, and now you don't really hear from Mark Webb anymore. I can't even tell you his next movie that he's working on, and that's pretty sad because he is a talented director, and I feel like if he just would have stayed balanced, and maybe after doing the Amazing Spider-Man 1, he could have just done like another like short little small movie, and then I guess do the big budget deals. I don't know. It's all about balance with me. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter dead. I don't know many people who were a fan of those shows anyways, but I mean, apparently they had like a small little following. I watched the first couple of episodes of Agent Carter and I was just kind of like, and I watched the first couple of episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I was just like, I don't know, something about just like TV shows that's just based off of these comic books, and I guess Arrow and Flash are the exceptions, but I don't know, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter, those both just kind of look like, I didn't interest me at all, and they weren't getting any good ratings, and so I guess the studio's just like, hey, I'm giving you all the axe with that. It's surprising, I will say that. I didn't expect them to cut the cord so quickly. What is it? Agent Carter is on their second season, I believe? And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I won't lie, well, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was, I don't know, I thought Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was going to have a good run, but then again, like I said, I never watched the show. If you guys watch the show, let me know how it was. We're bringing black back to Hollywood. Michael B. Jordan has been casted officially in the Black Panther movie, and I cannot be more excited. If you've seen Civil War already, you already know what a badass Black Panther was. I mean, he was freaking amazing. We're already fresh off of Civil War, we're high off of Black Panther, and now we have to wait this long. It's been rumored that he may be playing a villain in this movie, which will be so fucking dope. I can't even imagine Michael B. Jordan playing a character like that. So it'd be super duper interesting to see him do that. I'm just waiting on my call to be in this movie as well. I mean, from what all the rumors has been going around, this is gonna be a all-around black movie. At this point, all they're missing is Tyler Perry. But I am so down with this movie. I cannot wait till it comes out. Black Panther legit just blew my mind. He was the best part about Civil War. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Please remember to share and subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell everybody about what's going on here. I'm John Hauser, and you're watching Film Scouts.